Hello there, everyone. It's Tuesday once more and time for another Fireside Chat from my kitchen, which is a digital program from Kincardine United Church. This is all possible because Mary and John Phillips take care of the recording so skillfully, and because either David Skinner or Terry Boyd upload it all to our YouTube channel, where you found us. Of course, this is still early in the new year when we consider the changes we might make in our lives for the better. Now, some might well wonder whether if this is much of a good idea before any marriage even begins, whether for the bride or for a groom. Others may find change to be particularly devastating. Indeed, the change this pandemic has forced on our outdoor neighbors has been particularly difficult when it comes to washroom facilities. For those who fear needles, alternatives are possible. Because so many of us are at home a lot, we need to depend on the smooth functioning of our technology. However, specificity is most helpful. There are still others who just throw up their hands in despair and claim that nothing seems to matter anymore. As well, keeping our physical distance can have unforeseen side effects. Others with too much time on their hands make choices which may not be to their benefit. If only we could foresee the consequences of our choices. Perhaps we need to be more discerning about our resolutions. If we feel like we're in a pickle, then let's take some advice from a pickle. Life can be hard. Deal with it. Relish every moment. Why? Because the door to happiness is always ajar. If you want life to be sweet, you have to know what sour tastes like too. Remember, life is never a dull moment. Everything will be just brine. Yes, those are terribly silly puns, but it's also meant to be humorously hopeful. However, there are a lot of us who look back at our life stories and feel regret. I would suggest that it doesn't matter what's being written in your story so far, it's how you fill up the rest of the pages that counts. However, many of us look back at our life stories to date and feel regret. That regret is anchored in the idea that change is impossible, that what was done will frame who we are forever. The transformation is only a word instead of being reasonably possible. I want to share with you a video of a spoken word poem by Amanda Gorman, the Youth Poet Laureate for the United States. She speaks powerfully of how to lean into the hope that we can become ever more of who God created us to be: loving, compassionate, understanding, and connected. Her poem is titled New Day's Lyrics. Let these words soar in your soul.
May this be the day we come together. Mourning we come to mend, withered we come to weather, torn we come to tend, battered we come to better. Tethered by this year of yearning, we are learning that though we weren't ready for this, we have been readied by it. we steadily vow that no matter how we are weighed down, we must always pave a way forward. This hope is our door, our portal. Even if we never get back to normal, someday we can venture beyond it, to leave the known and take the first steps. So let us not return to what was normal, but reach toward what is next. What was cursed, we will cure. What was plagued, we will prove pure. Where we tend to argue, we will try to agree. Those fortunes we forswore, now the future we foresee. Where we weren't aware, we're now awake. Those moments we missed are now these moments we make, the moments we meet. And our hearts, once all together beaten, now all together beat. Come, look up with kindness yet, for even solace can be sourced from sorrow. We remember, not just for the sake of yesterday, but to take on tomorrow. We heed this old spirit in a new day's lyric in our hearts. We hear it for Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne. Be bold, sang time this year. Be bold, sang time, for when you honor yesterday, tomorrow ye will find. Know what we fought need not be forgot, nor for none. It defines us, binds us as one. Come over, join this day just begun. For wherever we come together, we will forever overcome.
As Amanda assures us, hope is our door, our portal, and our hearts, once altogether beaten, now together beat. For even solace can be sourced from sorrow. Be bold, for whenever we come together, we will forever overcome. Yet, despite her inspiring words, we protest, how can this be when we are so fractured, so polarized, so broken? Consider this statement from Father Richard Rohr. The church, as Jesus seems to be defining it, is the gathering of accepted brokenness. It is not the gathering of the saved. After all, we are all a little broken. But the last time I checked, broken crayons still color the same. Still, we hold ourselves back, fearful of judgment. Yet in answer to our question, Jesus' life and teachings proclaim this: here are some things we can unlearn to start loving ourselves, ignoring our own boundaries to please other people, making myself smaller to fit into social situations, pretending like I'm fine instead of asking for support, believing my self-worth depends on my productivity, sacrificing my voice beliefs to avoid conflict, societal standards of beauty and diet, not celebrating my accomplishments because others have better ones, distracting from hard feelings instead of processing them, seeking external validation over self-assurance. Here's a story a wise mother shares. She wrote, "Last night, my daughter sat at the kitchen counter to study. She wouldn't admit it, but when she does this, I know it's because she doesn't want to be alone in her room. So I stayed in the kitchen puttering around. In between annotating a passage and answering review questions for history and figuring out math problems, she peppered me with questions. What if I get COVID and can't take my final exams? What if I miss all the review sessions? What if all my teachers get sick? What if they shut the school down again? What if this never ends?" It finally dawned on me what my daughter needed to hear. You know what? We're just going to do our best. But our best looks different right now. She stopped a second to look up. I know usually doing your best means how much effort you put into something, but your best might mean just taking your finals and failing them all. And if that happens, it will be okay. We can still figure it out. Your best might be if you get sick, only focusing on getting well. Your best might be getting more sleep instead of studying. Your best might be just getting up each morning to face the day right now. Then I took a deep breath and said, listen, I want you to know that whatever your best is right now, I'm totally okay with it. I don't care about your grades right now. I just care about you. Hard stop. And I think I saw her exhale for the first time this week. Of course, all of us are feeling a flood of emotions every day in what seems like an endless march through the confines of this pandemic. We worry at the rise of those emotions while at the same time trying to deny them, to squelch them, to push them aside, to ignore them. However, loving ourselves means we need to face our emotions so we can pay attention to them. If you are feeling angry, it's telling you where you are feeling powerless. If you are feeling anxiety, it's telling you that something in your life is out of balance. If you are feeling fearful, it's telling you what you care about. If you are feeling apathetic, it's telling you where you're overextended and burnt out. Your feelings aren't random, they are messengers. Therefore, if you want to accomplish anything, you need to let your emotions speak to you, telling you what you really need. Indeed, what is even more helpful is seeking out someone you trust to listen to how you are feeling without trying to fix you. This is how it is when you are letting it out to the right person. Just having someone to listen without judgment is how you accept what your emotions are telling you. Those kinds of relationships are essential to our mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. So even though you are only one, reach out. Because one tree can start a forest. One smile can begin a friendship. One hand can lift a soul. One word can frame the goal. One candle can wipe out darkness. One laugh can conquer gloom. One hope can raise your spirits. One touch can show you care. One life can make the difference. Be that one today. In loving ourselves and through paying attention to what's going on inside of us, we can also love others. In fact, over the years, I have come to notice each day I'm handling situations better than my old self would have done. Loving others as we love ourselves is certainly one of the mandates of our faith. As mystic and priest Thomas Merton said, our job is to love others without stopping to inquire whether or not they are worthy. Such a practice is a powerful witness to our faith of self-giving love. Therefore, when we act in such a manner that we are living proof of a loving God, we change the world one relationship at a time. However, to love ourselves, we need to discern carefully how we should love. Give, but don't allow yourself to be used. Love, but don't allow your heart to be abused. Trust, but don't be naive. Listen, but don't lose your own voice. In loving ourselves, we find strength and will to love others. That is when we truly discover within our isolation, not everything is canceled. Sunshine is not canceled. Love is not canceled. Relationships are not canceled. Reading is not canceled. Naps are not canceled. Going for a walk is not canceled. Kindness is not canceled. Imagination is not canceled. Conversations are not canceled. And most especially, hope is not canceled. When we recognize that reality, we are freed. As this poem by Hafiz reminds us, sometimes I forget I was created for joy. My mind is too busy. My heart is too heavy for me to remember that I have been called to dance the sacred dance of life. I was created to smile, to love, to be lifted up, and to lift others up. O sacred one, untangle my feet from all that ensnares. Free my soul that we might dance, and that our dancing might be contagious. Therefore, considering how fragile so many of us are feeling almost 2 years into this pandemic, I want to share this video with you created by the One Voice Children's Choir. They are covering the song, "This Is My Wish," written by American country music group Rascal Flatts. Some of the lyrics which really speak to our feelings of fragility include, "I hope you choose the choice that means the most to you. In the difficulty of choosing, I hope you know someone loves you, which at the very least is God. And as emotions are heightened by our feelings of uncertainty, I hope you always forgive and you never regret." So immerse yourself in this video as you absorb the words, finding this both a prayer and a blessing.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go.
And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you.
And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find a window.
If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish.
I hope you never look back, but you never forget all the ones who love you in the place you left. I hope you always forgive and you never regret. I hope you help somebody every chance you get.
Oh, you find God's grace in every mistake and always give more than you take.
But more than anything,
More than anything.
oh, more than anything,
My wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. My wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, This is my wish.
As we leave this digital space, I pray that you take time for yourself. Breathe deeply, connect regularly, and love yourself. Until next week, goodbye.